Hi there, it's Amy Ahlers, the Wake Up Call Coach, and I'm coming to you from my front porch swing today. I wanted to talk with you about when optimism becomes an addiction. So picture this. You have something going on in your life and you feel this sense of your intuition, your inner wisdom kicking in and saying, stop, this is not working. And then in comes a very sneaky inner mean girl, which Christina Rilo and I call this archetype of the inner mean girl, the overly optimistic partying cheerleader. And she tells you, no, sweetie, ignore those signs. Everything's fine. Everything's perfect. Everything's going to be just fine. And so then you ignore that inner wisdom voice. You ignore your intuition, which is telling you, no. Maybe this shows up in the form of overspending. Maybe it shows up in the form of overeating. Maybe it shows up in the form of overgiving. Just this absolute denial of any of the darkness, any of the shadows, and sometimes any of the truth that is going on in your life. As they say, denial is not just a river in Egypt, right? I personally, believe it or not, have the overly optimistic partying cheerleader inner mean girl archetype, which if you want to discover your inner mean girl archetype, you can go to innermeangirlquiz.com. I'll post the link below here for you so that you can get your free full archetype report from Inner Mean Girl Reform School from Christine and I. It's based on our new book, Reform Your Inner Mean Girl. And I absolutely have an overly optimistic partying cheerleader. She does not want to feel the dark things. She wants to stay positive all the time. And it can really show up as, putting frosting on a pile of garbage instead of really owning the truth of what's going on in your life. So if you have an overly optimistic partying cheerleader and you've become addicted to positivity and optimism to the point where you're unwilling to feel any of the truth of your life, then I want to encourage you right now with me to go ahead, close your eyes, take a deep breath, just take a moment as the car passes behind us, take a moment to feel the truth, to imagine sitting in front of yourself and looking into your own eyes and just allowing yourself to feel some of the disappointments, some of the failures that might be showing up in your life right now. And just let yourself feel that. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice where you go in your body when you need to tune into those things that are disappointing, the things that aren't so sunshiny all the time. Then just notice, you can go ahead and open your eyes with me here. Notice that the world didn't end by you just taking a quick moment to tap into that. So often when we are addicted to optimism and positivity, we end up wanting to numb out whenever any darkness shows up. And there is no light without darkness. Loss is part of the human experience. Disappointment is part of the human experience. Failure is part of the human experience. And when we allow ourselves to feel the whole spectrum, the entire spectrum of our experience and of our truth, really the world opens up, magic happens, and sabotage happens less and less because we're not trying to run away from the darkness or run away from the disappointment or run away from the things that aren't working so well. Instead, we can really be sober about the things that aren't working well. We can actually have that honest conversation with ourselves from that inner wisdom place and grow and grow and grow and grow. So is optimism and positivity an addiction for you? Just make a note of that. And I'd love to hear your comments below about this topic. This is a really sneaky inner mean girl, the overly optimistic partying cheerleader. As our friend Carol Allen says, she can cheerlead you right off the cliff. Right? So we really want you, and when I say we, I mean myself, Christina Rilo, in our book, Reform Your Inner Mean Girl at Inner Mean Girl Reform School, really want you to embrace that full spectrum of being a woman, of being a human being, of being here on this planet. So it's Amy Ahlers signing off. Again, leave me a comment below. You can take the Inner Mean Girl Archetype quiz by clicking the link below. Would love to hear about your overly optimistic partying cheerleader and what happens for you when she shows up and how you can really begin to reform her by allowing yourself to feel. It's Amy Ahlers signing off. Mwah. Much love. Oh, and if you were sent this video, right up above me right here, you can sign up for the Wake Up Your Inner Wisdom kit filled with all sorts of goodies and join my tribe and get these Wake Up Call Wednesdays. Bye-bye. Mwah.